My favorite singer-songwriter was a guy named John Prine, who unfortunately passed away here in the last several weeks during this quarantine, lockdown, stay at home. Um, Lots of people are doing tributes to him, and he's touched a lot of people. I thought I would just play some songs, and maybe in an effort to get people who've never heard of John Prine to go check out his stuff. So if you like what I do here, definitely go check out more of John Prine's stuff. If you don't like what you like here, don't let me ruin it for you, and hopefully you'll still want to go check out his music. The first one I'm going to sing was the second John Prine song I'd ever heard. The first one I heard was the one probably most people have heard, "Angel from Montgomery." Fantastic song. But the second one that I ever heard was one that my Uncle David used to play around campfires. And I have two uncles that helped me learn when I was 15 years old to start messing around with the guitar a little bit. Uncle David was the one I just mentioned. Uncle Kyle was the other one that I want to say thanks, because I'm got this resonator guitar on loan from him right now. So Grandpa Was a Carpenter was this first song that I'll play. Grandpa wore a suit to dinner, wore it most every day. Ain't no particular reason, he just dressed that way. A brown necktie and a matching vest, both of his wingtip shoes. He built a closet on our back porch, put a penny in a burned out fuse. Grandpa was a carpenter, he built houses, stores, and banks. Chain smoked Camel cigarettes, hammered nails and planks. He'd level on the level, shaved even every door. Voted for Eisenhower, asked 'cause Lincoln won the war. Used to sing me blood on the saddle, rocked me on his knee, let me listen to the radio, that's before he got TV. He went to church on Sundays, he carried me with him too. There was stained glass in every window, hearing aids in every pew. Grandpa was a carpenter, he built houses, stores, and banks. Chain smoked Camel cigarettes, hammered nails and planks. He leveled on the level, shaved even every door. Voted for Eisenhower, that's 'cause Lincoln won the war. Now Grandma was a teacher, went to school in Bowling Green, traded in her milking cow for a singer sewing machine. Called old Grandpa Mister, she walked around tall with pride. Let me buy some old comic books, fast after Grandpa died. Grandpa was a carpenter, built houses, stores, and banks. Chain smoked Camel cigarettes, hammered nails and planks. Leveled on the level, shaved even every door. Voted for Eisenhower, that's 'cause Lincoln won the war. Yeah, he voted for Eisenhower, that's 'cause Lincoln won the war. The next one I want to sing is one that I've always liked because One of my favorite things about John Prine is his storytelling, and for those of you who never got to see him live in person, unfortunately, you won't get that experience live, but there's so many great live recordings of him. They're so much better than studio albums because you get to hear some of his storytelling, his little stories in between songs, little funny jabs. And this song called "That's the Way the World Goes Round," in the middle of it, he always traditionally told a little story about the song itself, and I'm going to try to recreate that. I'm going to butcher it, I'm sure, but again, then prompts you to go listen to a much better recording than I can provide. I know a guy, he's got a lot to lose. He's a pretty nice fella, kinda confused. Got muscles in his head, ain't never been used. Thinks he owns half of this town. Started drinking heavy, got a big red nose. Then he beat his old lady with a rubber hose. But he took her out to dinner, bought her new clothes. That's the way that the world goes around. That's the way that the world goes around. You're up one day, you're next you're down. It's a half an inch of water, you think you're gonna drown. That's the way that the world goes around. I was sitting in the bathtub, counting my toes, when the radiator broke and the water all froze. I got stuck in the ice without my clothes, naked as the eyes of a clown. I was crying ice cubes and hoping I'd croak. When the sun came through the window, the ice all broke. I stood up and laughed, thought it was a joke. That's the way that the world goes around. That's the way that the world goes around. You're up one day, next you're down. It's a half an inch of water and you think you're gonna drown. That's the way that the world goes around. So when he talks about this song, he always tells this story about he was playing a gig, I think somewhere in California, maybe San Francisco, and a woman comes up to him and says, "What can I do for you?" And she says, "Can you play that song of yours about the happy enchilada?" And he says, "Ma'am, I never wrote any song about an enchilada, much less a happy one." She goes, "No, you wrote it." And he goes, "Maybe I did. How's it go?" And she said, "It's a happy enchilada and you think you're going to drown." And he said, "Well, I'm glad you like the words. That's the way that the world goes round. You're up one day, next you're down. It's a happy enchilada and you think you're going to drown. That's the way that the world goes around. That's the way that the world goes around. That's the way that the world goes around. That's the way that the world goes around." John Prine wrote a bunch of really great, funny little songs along the way, and the ones that I'm singing on this aren't necessarily what you'll find in the tribute articles that are the top 10 or the top 20 songs by John Prine. There's so many, I don't know how they rank them, to be honest, and I tried to pick some that maybe aren't going to be on that list. So again, you find some things that you haven't heard, and then certainly go check out these lists and all the different songs he's got. This one's called All Heck, and I like it just because it always makes me giggle. I could be as happy as a sardine in a can, as long as I got my woman. I could run stark naked, live in an old oak tree, long as she with me, my woman. Cannibals could catch me and fry me in a pan, as long as I got my woman. I could get the electric chair for a phony rap, as long as she sitting on my lap, my woman. I'd run a mile just to see her smile, throw her loving arms around my neck. Oh heck, when my spine starts a tingling, bells start a ringing, when she's with me, oh can't you see? They could torture me and stretch me like a rubber band, as long as I got my woman. I could jump off a cliff and never have no fear, as long as she was near, my woman. So the last one I want to sing is one of the many songs that John Prine wrote that to me just have such beautiful but haunting and at the same time just sad lyrics, but you still can't deny how beautiful they are. And this particular song, which is called My Mexican Home, I don't necessarily say that I connect with the story or the lyrics behind it, but it's one I've always liked. And the first week or two we were home on this COVID-19 shutdown, I heard it on my playlist, and I hadn't heard it in a while. I was like, man, this is one that I've always admired so much, and why have I never learned how to play it? So I did, just beautiful. Got so hot last night, I swear you could barely breathe. Heat lightning burned the sky like alcohol. Sat on the porch without my shoes, watched the cars roll by. Headlights raced to the corner of the kitchen wall. Mama dear, your boy is here, far across the sea, waiting on that sacred chord that burns inside of me. I feel a storm, all wet and warm, not 10 miles away, approaching my Mexican home. My God, I cried so hot inside. You could die in your living room. Take a fan from the window, prop a door back with a broom. And the cuckoo clock has died from shock, and the windows feel no pain, and the air's as still as the throttle on a funeral train. Mama dear, your boy is here, far across the sea, waiting on that sacred core burns inside of me. I feel a storm, all wet and warm, not 10 miles away, approaching my Mexican home. My father died on the porch outside on an August afternoon. I sipped bourbon with a friend, cried by the light of the moon. Well, it's hurry, hurry, step right up. It's a matter of life and death. Well, the sun's going down, the moon's just holding its breath. Mama dear, your boy is here, far across the sea, waiting on that sacred core that burns inside of me. I feel a storm, all wet and warm, not 10 miles away, approaching my Mexican home. Approaching my Mexican home.